let's see. Oh my God. So we've got like a few people in here tonight. Like, wow. There's a couple of people. I got my Bruce shirt on. Hopefully I don't get big as Bruce, but I'm probably bigger than him right now while I'm talking junk, right? So, gentlemen over here, Mick. We ain't gonna use government names, we're live.
You already know.
How was your day today, sir?
Lovely.
Lovely?
Lovely.
Did you help any old ladies cross the street today?
Sure did.
Yes, you did?
Mm-hmm.
How old was she?
Over 80.
I want to say something though, but I ain't gonna hurt nobody's feelings. Thank you, Miss Liz. Thank you. What is that?
You're welcome. I bought donuts for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Donuts.
For the charity bomb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for the donuts.
Oh my God.
I have no clue.
Yeah, for the sweets.
J-Dad was like, oh no, I'm trying to keep my figure.
I'll tell you about it on the mic.
Okay, all right.
No, that's hamburger.
Okay, so we've got about 7 comedians coming up for you guys tonight. And I'm not going to sit up here and waste time talking about myself. Okay, I'm looking. I didn't go in order here. Mr. Slaughter or Mr. J-Dab? Are you guys ready to rock? J-Dab, you want to go first? All right. This is a very funny comedian. It's an older gentleman here. It's what we call an OG.
Okay.
He's slam dunking on the mic. Coming to the stage, please give a round table pizza in Las Vegas. 7460. What's the name? Give it up for the very talented Mr. J-Dab.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, folks, for that wonderful welcome. I appreciate you. As Marcus said, my name is J Dab, and they used to call me OG. They would say, "What's up, OG? Oh, what's up, OG?" I said, "Excuse me, that's AG, above ground." Anybody else happen to be above ground? I'm happy to be above ground. Don't get it twisted. Old people, they say, "Hey man, how you doing?" You know you old when you say, "Hey man, how you doing?" They go above ground. They say, "He's old," right? I'll tell you another one they say, "Hey man, how you doing?" "Blessed and highly favored." That's, you old. So if you're trying to get into heaven, I'm blessed and highly favored. Come on, St. Peter, let me in. Another one you hear old people say, "Hey man, how you doing?" "Better than I deserve." I'm like, okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. What the hell have you done? What have you done? Anyway, man, I'm glad to be here, man. A man my age disposition, I'm glad to be anywhere. I'm not going to kid you. I'm coming to you out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you very much. Thank you. Facts about Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a beautiful town, it really is. Tulsa spells a slut backwards. I don't know. I'll wait. TULSAASLUT. Thank you very much. And when I first got there, I was like, what's up with that? So I went to a strip club, and I don't really go to them. I went to a strip club, and the DJ was like, "And coming to the stage, here comes Tulsa." Oh, she walked out. I was like, she's got dyslexia. She did, but she was lovely. A lot of times, being a black person, you say you're from Tulsa, right? A lot of white people, they get confused. A black man from Tulsa. Well, they didn't get all of us. So, if you know your Tulsa history, thank you very much. If you don't know your Tulsa history, that's what I call a joke Google. You have to Google some stuff. What happened to the black people in Tulsa? You're going to find out, man. Now, I'm glad to be here in Nevada, though, man. I'm glad to be here because y'all got things here in Nevada we don't have. Like, when I first came out here, y'all have Denny's waitresses with teeth. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's with teeth. You've been to Tulsa, man. I picked up our back. I'm glad to be here in Nevada, man. Like, y'all have Ancestry.com out here, right?
Yeah.
I said that wrong again. No, we don't have that in Tulsa. We don't have that. No, we don't, man. But you know what, though? I used to mess with people when they come to Tulsa, because they think it's really backwards, you know what I mean? So I would mess with people every time they come to Tulsa, right? They would always say silly things. They think people live in teepees and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of Indian people there in Oklahoma, you know what I mean? It really is. And but I would mess with people, right? I had this young lady, she said to me, where are all the cows and prairies? And so you know what I did? I put on my best Forrest Gump voice. And I was like, we traded those for buildings and roads. We got indoor bathrooms too. I did. I used to mess with people. I used to mess with people all the time. Somebody said, "Hey man, give it up for the chef, man. The food was good. Give the chef some love, man. The food was good. The food was good, man. I'm telling you, man. They got good food out there, man. Really good food. I went to a barbecue place one time, man. That barbecue was so good. I swear I saw Louis Farrakhan in the drive-up window. I was like, that's good barbecue. He's like, give me one right. We'll give one right. No. No, I love being here in Nevada, man. It's really great. It's a great place to be, you know what I mean? It's a little hot sometimes, a little hot sometimes, so that's okay though, that's all right though. I was white before when I first moved out here. No, I wasn't. No, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad to be here. I really am, man. I really am. I was raised in the church. Anybody else raised in the church? I was raised in the church. You know what I mean? I love going to church. And when I was a young man, though, there were some things about church that kind of scared me, though. A few things about church kind of scared me. Y'all remember this song? Some of the songs in church really scared me. There was this one song in church I used to sing every Sunday, especially on the fourth Sunday, right? And the song went like this: Take me to the water, take me to the water to be baptized. I couldn't swim, y'all. Man, that song scared me. Then got to that second verse, down by the wall, and I was like, down by the river. I was like, Mama, take me to the YMCA. I need to learn how to swim. I did, man. I did. I go by the name J-Dab. My name is Jerome Kirk Dabney. That's my stimulus check name. So that's my stimulus check name, Jerome Kirk Dabney. Right? And if you haven't been to I was raised in a Baptist church. You haven't been to a Baptist? Anybody raised in a Baptist church? Man, Baptist preachers, man, they are not, man. Let me tell you something. Baptist preachers, they can do it. Pastor James A. Williams, that was the name of our pastor. Right? To rest in peace. And man, he was a great man. But let me tell you something. If you did something, outside of church, come Sunday morning, pastor was gonna tell him. Now that was the thing. I'll give you a perfect example. When I was young, I played football, right? And as I mentioned, I'm old, so you gotta think back a few years, yeah. And I played football, and one time we were playing this game, right? And Pastor came to see me, and I was so glad, And the other team, they were on their own 4-yard line, right? And I was on defense, and I hiked the ball, right? And I got through the line, right? And the quarterback lateraled the ball to another guy. And when the ball was being lateral, it came right to me. And I grabbed it and just walked right into the end zone. Touchdown. I won the game. I'm getting lifted up on the shoulders. It was a beautiful thing, man. Come Sunday morning, man, you would have thought I won the Heisman Trophy for the pastor, man. He was like, church, our very own Jerome Kirk won the football game yesterday in dramatic fashion. While I was playing on defense, he broke through the line of segregation. they could be a little bit racist in black pastors. They could be a little racist. He broke through the line of segregation and he intercepted the ball as it was being lateral from one devil worshiper to another. That was cold for white people. That was cold for white people. And he took it into the end zone, lifting his team all the way up to the mountaintop where my eyes have seen the glory. I was like, Dad, go faster. I accept this Heisman. Shoot. I do, man. Conversely, if you did something bad, though, you did not want Pastor telling it in church. Man, you did not want Pastor telling it in church. Church prayer warriors. I'd like for you to pray for Sister Johnson's daughter. She has contracted an STD, a sexually transmitted devil, because we know the letter D stands for devil. You don't want him telling no church. Nothing like that one. Okay. Next. Oh yeah, man. I grew up in church, had a great time, loved it, really loved it. When I went to Oklahoma, man, they got some strange names for churches out there in Oklahoma. They really do, man. They call Oklahoma like the Bible Belt, right? It's the Bible Belt, buckle and shoes. man, they got some strange church names out there in Oklahoma. Like they got this one church called the Life Church. Have you heard of this thing? The Life Church. I was like, I'm not gonna go there. That's too much commitment. You know what I mean? I'm a brother. Like if it said life with the possibility, I might go. But it don't say that. It don't say that. Yeah, man. It don't say that. But yeah, man. I had a chance to travel to a lot of places too, man. Anybody travel out there? Yeah. I had a lot of opportunity. Travel is good, man. Travel is good. It really seasons you. You know what I mean? It kind of lets you know what's happening in the world. Don't think that like five-star hotels here in America, it's different than five-star hotel in another country. Their five-star service is different than our five-star service, but it doesn't mean that it's not five-star service. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. Because I need to get out of here. As a matter of fact, I want to thank Marcus also for this microphone and doing this, having this opportunity to do this time. I want to get out of here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to leave you. I'm just going to leave you with something that, as I said, I am old, you know what I mean? And it is a blessing. It is a blessing to be around because we're losing so many people. You know what I mean? I heard something the other day I want to share with you, and I want you to take it with you. And it goes like this. It's great to be alive, but it is better to live. So I want all y'all to do me a favor. Keep living. Yeah. Let's do that. Right. Thanks.
Ooh, that was wonderful.
Take me to the wall. All right. That's awesome, man. You know what else about water? I'm gonna take it. Why every time do we have like there's like a red moon or there's somebody think the end of the world is coming? Everybody always say buy water. Right? Buy water. Yeah. Jesus coming back mad, right?
Yeah.
Jesus walked on water.
Thank you.
Nobody got that?
He also put water in the wine.
Hey, we're going to buy some water.
That's why you buying it.
Jesus walked all over that water. If he come back, next time Jesus coming back angry. What y'all done did to my people up in here?
Come on in.
Okay. We're going to keep this thing rocking and shocking and moving and grooving. Okay, coming to the stage, we have the very funny, the very talented, the very lovely Miss D Happiness.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, what's going on? Okay, yes, I'm Miss D Happiness. Jerome said D stands for the devil. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am to some people. I'm an Aries, you know.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Don't clap too hard. Oh, you're an Aries too? Yeah, I'm an asshole right in your eyesight. That's what I
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I love my assholeism. Yeah. We had this convention called SEMA, S-E-M-A, and like I think I'm an acronym comedian because I've seen it as simply eating more asses. You know, it was simple. It was simple. Wow. Yeah. I'm from Oakland, California. I think there's a lot of us in here. Yes, support survivors. Support survivors. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy now, But in the 70s, being raised in Oakland got me punched, slapped, and spit on. And that came from my family. Yeah. My family always told me I had a learning curve. And that learning curve is more bent than Peyronie's disease. A bent banana, for those that don't know. Did you know, sir? No, him. That guy. Him.
Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, because some people look like I just thought I just had a extra skill called bent this way.
He thought you said pepperoni.
He thought pepperoni. That's good. That's good. I'm a person that can't keep a job. I get jobs. I'm always getting fired, or I'm quitting, or I'm just not showing up because I'm tired. You know, because all jobs want they just want your time. That's it, right? That's horrible. You know, I mean, I don't like them just like I don't like them like I don't like Uncle Tom or Uncle Sam and the uncle that used to touch me. But my uncle, he did leave me a great gift. I used to get a pearl necklace.
Oh my God.
Wow. It just hung around for a while. No, but I had a job. I used to sell, not this anymore, but I used to sell helicopter tours. And they told me to sell the helicopter tour like this. When people come up, I say, yes, you're about to go to the farthest and deepest part of the canyon. I got to say it like that because she's a perv. She was mad at me. She told me to say those words. Not the perv part, but hey, had to ad-lib. I had one of the managers, I had two different managers. I worked in the front of the house and the back of the house. Front of the house, customers. Back of the house, I'm on the phone. Hello. Yes, we have trips over there. You know, I was a good seller. I think I was a good seller. You know? So the lady used to wait for me to sit. I'd be sitting and she'd just come over me and she just yell like I was her little poodle or something. Hey, hey, hey. And I said, look here. I said, stop, ma'am, like a slave, ma'am. You don't have to yell at me. I'm slow, you know? I know I'm slow because it took me 5 times to realize I didn't care for anal. And I know I'm not deaf because I heard my cries during anal. She didn't like that. But when I did decide to quit that job, I woke up the next morning. I said I was getting paid. I looked at my check. I said, am I getting paid all this aggravation fees and all that? It had no aggravation. It was no aggravation fees, no yelling fees, no nothing. So I sent them, since they like to yell at me, both ladies, I sent them that emoji that's on your phone with Will Ferrell saying, I quit. Because you got to quit like a boss. And people don't know this. I do as I'm told. My ex-husband, my first husband, when he left me and his daughter, he turned to me and said, go be all you can be. So I tried being a stripper for 16 years and got fired 50 plus times. Because that dumb job, you should break all them dumb rules. Right. Because I would find a loophole. They would say, go talk to the customers, and I say, how about you? Would you like a dance? Would you care for a dance? How about you too? You know what I'm saying? Well, I gotta get up. I got skills from way over here. I don't have to. And then they would. I don't think I was cheating because they used to have it so black. And I don't know if y'all know this. I'm black. All you would see was my eyes and my teeth. Look like a damn raccoon. Looking like a raccoon in the corner. Or Chester the cat that's on Alice in Wonderland. Exactly. That's what it looks like. That's it. So all the women, light, bright, and everything in there. And so they see them, they don't see me, but you know what? They heard me. Because I was like, ball player over here. Ball player. You know? So, you know what? They would go over there. You know, they would come over there. I said, I was like VIP. See, when they come to you, they know they got their credit cards ready and they balls want to be played with. Okay, so that was the thing. That was 30 years ago. I got caught. I saw a loophole. Just saying. One time, one place, they told me two more stripper things and I'm gonna let it go. But one more. This one club, they told me that you can't touch the girls, right? I don't know how you was to get paid. You know? Who's giving air dances? Hey, you! How you doing? You know, that's not even cool, you know? So, they came one day, the bouncer come and said, hey, tell him to stop touching you. And I go, well, he blind. You gotta help out the handicap. You know what I'm saying? You can't discriminate. I went out of town. I used to be a traveling comedian. A traveling stripper. So I was out of town one time, and they pay you this called this funny money when people use a credit card. And so they were giving me all this money from the funny money, and the man said, we gotta hold your money. I said, I got this little fancy purse, it can hold money. I know, it can hold money real good. You know, I know how to hold money. And he was like, no, we need to hold your money. I said, these two titties can really hold money. They can hold money. They can hold money. They know how to hold money. I said, I was wearing wigs. I said, my wigs, that's a good hiding place. I know how to hold money. I know how to hold money. And I said, you know what, I got hoes. They definitely know how to hold money. Okay, stop it, y'all, okay? Yeah, I got fired. I applaud myself on getting fired. Yeah. I have a friend. She has this daughter. Now I've been there since birth with them. Now when she had the baby, and the baby plopped out, and they slapped this thing on top of her, she looked at them and said, "Go clean it." Okay? And they said it's not an it, it's your child. Okay? She's like, "Go clean it." So speed it up to 26 years later, we go out to her birthday party. Okay? Now we're all there. I'm looking at the girls. I'm like, she's a very beautiful girl. Why she just got one friend, her mama, and her mama friend here. You know, that is it. And we got a bottle. A bottle. Okay? We got a bottle. We popping a bottle. Okay? That's all we doing is bottle. So anyway, they pouring the little shots, and I don't know, we were racing, but she was she was slamming these shots down. I was like, is this why are we racing? I mean, take your time. But anywho, speed it up. We get outside. Now she wears a dress, and next thing you know, we take her outside, and she just turned like a stiff stick. She went and just fell on the ground and started vomiting on everybody. Right? Now I was there at birth. Y'all saw me. I heard me. Her mama didn't want none of that at birth, right? No, she gave it to her. But and I'm just saying, like, you women, you can't go and talk about rape because you just ready. You know, booty all up in the air. I mean, like, come on. And I was wondering where her boyfriend was at. We never saw the boyfriend. But when we kind of took her home, we got her on the side of the car, and we met her boyfriend that night. Yeah. It was called Concrete because she just kept on kissing it. You know what I'm saying? She just kept on. But right now, I have a job. I'm a transporter. Not of prescription drugs, weed or cocaine. Okay? I know, right? Because I don't like people that take drugs like police officers, FBI, and Hunter Biden. Yeah. But no, I do. I transport people around. I'm not an Uber driver, you know. If I was, it'll be you be extremely restless, okay? I'm not a Lyft driver because that's where you leave your ports at. You leave your ports there. I'm a cab driver. Can't accept bull. All right? That's who I am. One of those little yellow roachy cars over there, you know, out there on the streets. I get customers and they leave good material in the back of my car. Because I had a customer, he was Caucasian. Yes, it's a vernacular problem. And he said, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not racist. Because I have a color TV. And I said, I'm not racist either. Because I've eaten that Cracker Barrel. Yeah. I had one lady. She got in the car. She never said hi. She never, mourned or nothing. She just got in. She was on her phone in a meeting. And then she just turned to me. She said, turn this radio off. I said, hell to the no. We ain't turning no radio off today. No, we turned it up louder, actually. Then I had another lady. I picked her up because we get vouchers. And I picked her up at the hospital. And before she came, I asked people, I said, can I start this meter? So I already started my meter. So by the time she came out, I was at $7. Okay, you gotta get that money. Always getting that money. All right. So she came down, and I asked her. I said, "This is the address you going to?" She's like, "I don't want to go there." I said, "Well, the voucher said you have to go there, because you have to take them to where they go." So the lady goes, I'm playing Chris Brown. I'm not playing loud. I'm not one of them people that be blasting it so your ears hurt and all. I'm just lightly playing it. And she said, I don't really want to go there. And so we drove out of the parking lot into the street, and she said, turn that music off. No, she said, turn that music off, because I want to think. I said, there's no need for both of us to be in your thoughts, so I'm not turning my music down.
Oh, man.
No need. She said, drop me off. I said, not a problem. Don't get the hell out. Got me $12 though. Always getting that money. Okay. I don't know. Women, I don't get it. Women be out here talking about how they've lost their cats. I don't get women. You can never lose your cats. You were born with one. You can touch it, play with it, and it's the only cat you can sell and keep. What did the asshole say to the cat? There's something between us. The cat replied, no, there ain't. No, there ain't. All right, women, you might have lost your cherries, but remember, you'll always have the box it came in. Thank you. I'm Miss D. Happiness. Bye.
Miss D. Happiness, give it up. Woo. Okay. You got the sense gonna get me in trouble with my wife. She was moving her titties and doing this and all kinds of stuff. I was like, did her titty move? And the other one was like, yeah, she moved both of them. I was like, they kind of heavy to move. Her neck hurts. Her neck hurts. She got a little midget holding her up back there. Anyway. The box it came in. Well, I was educated from everything about women today. If I missed anything in class, I learned today. You get a ride with Miss D. Happiness, you be like, man, she was funny. I know you be clowning the people in the car too.
I do.
Okay, so, boom, boom. Yeah, all right. Coming to stage. Please give a warm welcome, roundtable welcome for Mr. Bobby Slaughter.
Thank you very much. I appreciate having this opportunity to perform for you guys. So there won't be any breast moving, chest moving here, and I can't make anything else move. I wasn't born with a gift like this. That's it. I'm glad to be able to live in Vegas. How many people have been in Vegas for a while?
Yeah.
What do you like about Vegas?
The weather.
I like the weather too. I'm from Mississippi, and the weather is outstanding here. One of the other things I like about Vegas is that we have a lot of natural attractions. Like when it's hot, we don't actually have to stay in the valley. You can actually go up to the mountains, cool off. Another thing is that you don't actually have to just go to casinos. there's other things that people don't know.
Yep.
But one of the things I don't think a lot of people in Vegas take advantage of is going to the Grand Canyon. Who's been to the Grand Canyon? You have? All right. Did you enjoy it?
I passed through it on my way here.
That's right. Here's some interesting tidbits about the Grand Canyon. It's 281 miles long. It's almost 1,900 square miles. And it's 18 miles wide and 67,000 feet deep. And every year, 5 million people visit the Grand Canyon. That's very cool. What's even more interesting is that somehow 14 people, on average, die visiting the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
Yeah. If you visit the Grand Canyon webpage, they'll tell you that some people die because they weren't physically prepared. You know, they get there and they get overwhelmed by the heat, physical exhaustion, which makes sense. Some people actually have had heart attacks. And then there's other people that get caught in the occasional flash flood because people don't realize that we have a desert. And if you get caught in the rain, you can actually drown in a flood.
Yep.
And then there's a very small subset that actually die from falling off the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Now that one is the one that really interests me. I'm like, how do you fall off the Grand Canyon? You can't miss it. It's 1,900 square miles, 281 miles wide. Yeah, you can't even visit the Grand Canyon for free. You got to drive to the Grand Canyon, pay to visit, and then accidentally stumble off the edge. And yet, every year we have this handful of people. So I thought there's got to be something us comedians can do to help people stop falling off the Grand Canyon. So I came up with these tips. Number one, do as a doctor. Do like that doctor visit. They say make sure you're physically ready before you go to the Grand Canyon. All right. Number two.
This is schooling.
That's right. Check the weather. Don't go to the Grand Canyon if it looks like it might rain.
Yep.
And the third thing you want to do is wait. Wait. Absolutely, till 14 other people have already died tragically. That is the best way to avoid falling off the Grand Canyon. I won't let my wife go because the majority of those people tend to be white. I don't know why they're falling off. I think it's selfies or something. Not sure. And somebody said that's a racist joke, and I'm like, no, black people fall off, but we get pushed off the Grand Canyon. We don't fall off the Grand Canyon. Big difference, big difference. Yeah. So one of the other things I noticed is that there's this communication thing. I think J-Dab talked about it. We get greeted differently when we're older. I didn't know if I liked it at first when I would see a young guy and he'd say, "How you doing, Pops?" Okay. I got grandkids, so I guess I'm a Pops, and I am great. And I go to a fast food restaurant, the guy says, "Is that all you got? Is that all you want, boss?" And I was like, "Well, boss, when did that become?" I'm like, I don't own anything, but I guess boss is cool. But the best respect I always get is when I'm walking through a neighborhood with some young African Americans. They'll see me, I go, "What's up, young bruh?" They'll look over at me, they're like, "What's up, yo, Negro?" Change the end with another one, okay? I'm trying to be clean. But I had to get used to that. This is just a different time, you know? And I think it's because our parents, we were raised, how many baby boomers we having here? Other than me? 3? All right, 4. Our parents used to say crazy stuff to us. So they say, like, I brought you into this world to take you out, right? We live with that threat. Then they would tell us stories that didn't make sense. Like, my mom didn't like if I got in fights. So she was like, somebody said something about my mom, I wanted to fight. She's like, "Sticks and stones can break your bones, but..." That is so untrue. Words hurt more than the stones. I would rather get hit with the stone than have the words. And I know it because to this day, my wife, who's right there, jokes with me all the time, she'll say the right words. I got my DNA results back, and it said I was 60% African, and my wife said yes, and 40% a-hole. She's such a loving wife. Thank you. Words hurt. Here's another one. The early bird gets the worm. Who knows what that story's about? Anybody?
Getting up early.
Getting up early and being successful, right? It's a great story. A story about motivation and not procrastination, right? But there's 2 sides to that story. One side is success. The other side is a horror story that we tell to terrify worms. Because the worm can get up early. What? He's going to get it. Doesn't matter what time the worm gets up. The bird's going to be waiting for him. What happens if the worm waits a little bit later? Somebody's going to step on him. The bird's going to get him once again. So it doesn't matter whether the worm gets up early or goes to bed late or what. He's going to get it regardless. So sometimes procrastination pays off, and black people use that the next time somebody says you're on CPT time. Okay? That's what I would say to that. So I noticed that some comedians like to take sides on controversial issues. Who remembers about 2 or 3 years ago, Tiffany Haddish got in trouble with Peter, I think it's Peter. Peter? Yeah, because she wanted to wear fur coats and she refused to stop wearing them because she said she didn't want to stop until they stopped killing black men, which is very controversial. And I was like, man, I got to find a way to take a stance, but not that controversial. So I said, let me see, what can I do to support Peter and also show my support for this issue? So I decided I'm not going to ever again wear any sheepskin condoms until they stop killing worms. Okay? Yeah. I refuse to wear any sheepskin condoms. Absolutely. Okay, so people always ask me for jokes, so I decided to change some jokes around, make these pretty clean but edgy jokes. Who's familiar with the chicken crossing the road jokes?
Yeah.
All right, so here's my first, I guess what you call my dad joke. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
Usually it's to get to the other side.
That's true, because the chickens on the other side were so finger licking good. Much better reason, right? Why did the turkey cross the road? Because the hens on the other side were better at gobble gobble. That's a Miss D joke. She told me that just before I walked up here. She said you have to move your chest when you say it real fast. All right. So we have any prior military guys? Oh, thank you for your service. What branch?
The Army.
Oh, all right. It's not simplified. It's the Marines. This is be all you can read, right?
Yep.
And I was Air Force. My wife was Navy. Yeah. I think military people have a better appreciation for Las Vegas than other people. And I say that because when you've been deployed all over the world, you finally get to someplace nice that they have everything and it's cultural, you just enjoy it more than other places. One of the things I like about Vegas is that we seem to have a lot of millennials here. Some people don't like that, but I think millennials are outstanding. And sometimes we don't get along with them. I know that, but because we have a military background and they just don't identify with us. And I try to find things to bridge that gap. So what I found is that I try to find comparisons. I think between the two generations, my generation went to war and their generation may still go to war because this country always seems to be involved in a war, right?
Yeah.
Number two, we both faced different technologies. When we were growing up, it was cable TV. I can still remember when TV stopped going off and stayed on all night, right? For this generation, what is it? Social media that stays on and does not go off. And nowadays, we both deal with childhood dangers. For our generation, we thought we might die by a nuclear bomb. We would crawl up under the desk. I don't know why the desk was supposed to protect us, but that's what they tell us, crawl up under the desk so you can get burned up that way. In this generation, the millennials is the one generation that's dealing with these school shootings, which is really sad. And then there's the other thing that they're most likely the generation to walk off the Grand Canyon while using a cell phone. That was a callback. Nobody got it. Okay, moving on. We're going to close out with, which one we're going to close out with? Oh, I don't know. I think I'm done. That's it. Hey, that's been my time, guys.
Give it up again, Mr. Bobby Slaughter. Thank you, Round Table Pizza. Give it up for Round Table Pizza. We got many here. 80 calories. White Rock Donuts. Every time she give me the donut, I start getting anxiety. I think about my thighs rubbing together. Like, here she go again. I got more stuff I gotta say no to. Every time I wake up, are you hungry? It's like being 300 pounds and your wife is a chef. Every time she see you, you hungry? You want something else to eat? I was trying to lose weight one time and get a little nasty right there. I was trying to lose weight. She said, I got something low calorie. I'll spray some whipped cream on it for you. You can eat all you want. You know what I said? Okay. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving. Coming to stage. Hold on, let me get my. That guy Rodriguez. Give it up for Oakland's own That Guy Rodriguez.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
I'm addicted to weed.
Yeah.
Know what's going on, everybody? Everybody, all the food is good, the talent is good. I appreciate everybody in the back of the kitchen and everything. Thank you very much. Comedy, clean. So like, I still used to work at McDonald's, and I used to be in the window, and I came across Floyd Mayweather. I came across a lot of celebrities that came out there to McDonald's and get the little bull crap that was giving them. Oh, you want 4 cream, 4 sugars? Stir that shit up for you real good. You talk shit, stir it up at another time for you. Probably give it to you in a bag. A couple of creams extra. But anyways, though, I smoked some weed tonight. I didn't really feel like getting up here, but I really did. My inner wisdom was like, I'm like a kid. I didn't want to come up here. I'm full. I ate. I was born in Berkeley, California. Now I'm in Las Vegas, baby. We are doing our thing. Now we got the Raiders. Now we got the A's. Everybody in Oakland's like, damn, we don't got no more teams.
They won't have, once the A's get here. If they get here.
Yeah, if the A's come out here, I'm definitely going to go. I'm definitely going to go to a Raiders game. Finally, then I've never actually been to a Raiders game. Is because I'm not really a Raiders fan, and I am a Niners fan. Let's go.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people was like, that took the heart. I'm Raiders. I'm Raiders. What the hell did he say? This guy got his glasses on and he got pizza sauce smeared all on it. He got his little diaper bag and his little watch that tells him his little blood pressure. In a minute he's gonna need his little oxygen tank to take out his damn equipment to the car. Man, like, I used to be babysitting my brothers like all the time because my mom would go play bingo.
Give up for
Yeah,
bingo.
bingo. Fremont. Was it Fairfield and Gilman Street Bingo? Yep. I remember all that. I used to be up in there. I used to look like I was like 21 when I was like 14. I had a little mustache. Winning shit like $200, $300. Like I'm only like 14, 15 in the 9th grade, like playing like shit. Supposed to be like 21. I was a hustler, like straight up. I was the only one in high school with money. Everybody was broke. It was like, are you gonna finish your milk? Nah, you can have it, bro. Yeah. I'm about to get a Mountain Dew. Then it was time to go to football practice, crack everybody's skull, and like end up like not playing anymore. Broke my knee. I had to break my knee. I broke my shoulder because I cracked somebody so hard that I broke my shoulder and put him in a coma. And that's real life. So if you're like, Rob, your shoulder's sticking up. I know, it's because that's what happened. I see everybody's face is greasy up in here. I love everybody up in here. Thanks to Comedy Clean, Kaveman style. We can get it on to the next person.
All right. All right. Give it up one more time for that guy, Regas. Okay. I thank y'all for watching on, I think everybody was watching on Facebook the past couple of weeks. Our first week, guys, we had over 300 views. This past week, it dropped down a little bit to like 180, 190 something for the week. And we'll see what we do this week. I'm being hopeful. God is good. And the next person coming to the stage is a very dear friend of mine, beyond friend, and beyond family. This person that you're about to meet, a lot of people don't know a lot about you, but I'm not going to say all your business, but I will say that this person supported me, along with my wife, along with every little idea. I was like, I want to do this. They were like, here you go. I want to do that. They were like, here you go. This lady right here, you have no idea, and you have no idea how much she means to me. So I want you to feel so comfortable to step up to the stage. Give a warm welcome for the first timer on the open mic, Miss Lynn Fire.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, since people don't know me, I'm what they would call the sister from another mister.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I've been a friend of the family, well, more than a friend of the family, for close to 16 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of shit go down. But anyway, that's beside the point. I work at a fast food place. And I work usually the drive-through window, taking cash, doing orders. And some of the stuff that they say to me, they're like, okay, I'll say it. I work at McDonald's. And I had this one guy a couple of times. I would get people that would come through and they would say, okay, I want a quarter pounder with cheese. And I said, do you want that medium or large on a meal? And they would say, oh, I wanted a meal, but I want it to go. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you're in a drive-thru. You're going to get it to go. Before that, I worked at a convenience store. I worked graveyard shift. That was not fun. It was grueling, but it was a learning experience. We had one guy come in a couple of times, but he didn't pay. It's what they call doing a beer run, where you take it and you just run.
Literally right.
Yeah. And I used to have my own house, but due to unforeseen circumstances, that's changed. I moved in with Mark and Sherry for a while, and due to unforeseen circumstances there, our circumstances have changed again. But I used to have a small zoo at my house, which is no joke. At one time, I had 6 guinea pigs, I had 2 lizards, 3 birds, a few fish, I had 4 dogs. Now, my one dog is a Boston Terrier. I don't know how many of you know about the breed of Boston Terrier, but let me tell you, she was my snuggle bunny. If I went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, she'd be in bed next to me at 1 o'clock in the morning. But this dog would snore like a buzzsaw. Okay? And let me tell you one thing. Her farts would clear this room. No joke. I had the 3 smaller dogs in my room. And 2 of them were Shiba Inus, or small dogs, but every once in a while they would jump up on the bed, and so one would be over here, and the Boston over here, like Velcro, bookends. And the other one would be at the end of the bed. I didn't know that the other one was at the end of the bed. The Boston farted, lifted up the sheet, woke me up, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, geez, Bubbles, did that come from you? She just looks to me and went back to sleep, snoring. I try to get out of the bed. The other dog is scrambling. You hear this thud and pitter-pattering of feet running out of the other room. I try to get out of bed. I knock the other dog off the bed. And she's just looking at me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Imani. I didn't know you were there. And the Boston caused all this problem. And I mean, let me tell you. Yeah. Clearing a room. yeah, that's just a few things that went on. And another true story is my dad. He had his own business for a while. He sold it in 2006. God rest his soul. He passed away in 2010. He had his own place. He was in the tire business, but before that, he was selling gas, was a mechanic. So I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, because I would help my dad every time he would do something under the car. So I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. But anyway, he put a computer in his business just before he sold it in 2006. But my dad liked to do things the old-fashioned way with pen and paper. And so I had to go and learn computer classes. And my dad is like, and I'm like, Dad, you don't need the book anymore. And he's like, well, I still want to keep track. I'm like, Dad, you are like Fred Flintstone in the age of George Jetson. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, so there's just so many things. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I just, this is my first time up here anyway, but I'll leave the rest of the stuff for later. I thank everybody here. I thank Ron Taylor Pizza.
Give it up again for Miss Lynn Fine. Great job. I love you, man. Thank you. Awesome. It's not an easy thing to come up here and bare your soul and tell your life and try to get people to laugh, so you did a fantastic job, man. Okay, the next gentleman coming to the stage, he started here, wasn't it?
It was here.
Here. This will be his third time up, third time here. This guy is getting there. Benny, we're going to get you to the funny. You just ran. I love to hear this man go off. Well, I think you crack me up just going off. Do the Benny rant. Come to the stage. Benny Clinton.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Benjamin. I've been in Vegas. I'm kind of new. I've been here about a year. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Baltimore. Actually, that's a little bit of a fabrication. I identify as from Baltimore. I'm from Montgomery County, Maryland, which is about 30 minutes from Baltimore. And the irony is that I've spent more time in Washington, D.C. than I have in either of those two places. So I've lived in Washington, D.C. That's where I've spent most of my life for work and other things. At the age, I'm 37, about a year ago, I decided I had to get the hell out of there. I came over here because I can't deal with the politics. I can't deal with it. I've recently discovered that no matter what I say, I'm white. People are going to get offended. People are going to get upset. They are going to get upset. I agree with people, and they get upset with me. And it's like I don't even know what we're arguing about when I talk about politics with people. Last week I did a bit where I talked about the election and how, like, there's a little bit of me, there's a part of me that is Democrat. When it comes to moral issues, I lean liberal. I believe that gay marriage, people should have the right to marry whoever they want. I don't think that's any of the government's business. I don't think it's any of the government's business if a woman wants to have an abortion. I think that should be I would hope it would be a mutual decision between two people, the couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, or girlfriend, I don't know how these days, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's the woman's choice. But at the same time, there are some things where as I've gotten older, I've started to lean a little bit more conservative. When it comes to bailouts and like handouts, entitlements, I tend to lean a little bit more conservative with that. The example I've used in the past, I actually used it last week, was student loans and debt. I am not against forgiving student loans. I just think it needs to be a part of a broader discussion about debt and loan forgiveness in this country. There's a lot of people who are in debt and are being buried with loans. I have a $14,000 car loan. I'm paying it every week, okay? I don't have a problem with having that discussion, but I'm not a fan of targeted forgiveness and targeted loans and targeted handouts. I think it needs to be part of a broader discussion. And I talked about, and the reason for that is because whenever there's any sort of entitlement or any sort of like forgiveness or relief that goes out, during 2020, during the pandemic, we had some stimulus checks. I received 2 of them. Yes. Hey, I know. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. No. But trust me, they got me. They got me too. I have friends who received many more. I'm not sure how they managed to get more than 2, but they did. But like, the thing is, somebody always ends up paying. Somebody else always ends up paying. And so I don't think it's unreasonable to ask, okay, like, if we want to forgive student debt or forgive debt or whatever it is, how are we paying for this? How are we going to pay for this? Because I don't think that's unreasonable. But yeah, I don't think that's, but every time I bring that up, it's white privilege, supremacist. It's like, whoa, well, I'm agreeing with you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about debt, but let's not limit it to just my debt is more important than anyone else's. And if you disagree, you're white, you're privileged, you're a racist. I don't think that's constructive. But yeah, that's the same kind of crap I've been dealing with my whole life. It's why I moved away from Washington, D.C. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I tend to lean toward positivity above all else. I try to find the good in everything. I try to find something positive in everything. And admittedly, that's hard. This election is really. I'm not happy about this, but I'm trying to stay positive and just because that's all I can do. That's all I can do, and I think listening to people and understanding where people are coming from and not dividing is very important. Very important. There's a reason. I personally didn't vote for Donald Trump. I actually voted for Kamala Harris. I'll go on record with that right now. But I do think it's important, whether you agree with the people who voted for Donald Trump or vice versa. I think it's important for both sides to understand where the other side is coming from. And I think that's how opinions change. That's how opinions change. So I would just challenge people a little bit moving forward. Just listen first. Listen first, but also like, yes, but also speak out too. Speak out, to be open to listening, but also speak out. I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now. There's a lot of injustice. There are victims out there, police brutality. One of the things that I've noticed is, and this is another one where if I speak my opinion, oh, you're a white supremacist, don't speak about issues with police, you don't understand. It's like there are real victims of police brutality. George Floyd, Marcus, we were talking about this. The guy in Atlanta, I can't remember his name, who was jogging and he just got gunned down.
Yeah.
I agree. Those police departments need to be held accountable. And those officers need to be prosecuted, and whatever death penalty, that all needs to be on, whatever the law is, those penalties need to be on the table. But don't lock that in to every police department in the country. Yes, there are some who are very corrupt. I'm from Montgomery County, Maryland. I happen to like our police department there. I've seen them do some amazing things. They believe in community policing. Ticketing there is a last resort. It is a last resort. I had a conversation with a cop. I was working at a grocery store. And in Montgomery County, we have cops. They patrol down the highway with solid blue lights on. And I asked the cop, I'm like, dude, how do you guys ever pull anyone over? Because when I'm on the road, if I'm speeding, I can see those things from a mile away. And he's like, he tells me, he's like, well, the point isn't to ticket people, it's deterrent. So people see us, they slow down, because the point isn't to ticket people, it's to get people to drive safe and keep the community safe. That's the kind of policing we need more in the country. I feel like all over the country. Now, that being said, you go 30 minutes up to where I identify from, Baltimore, that police department is entirely different. They probably need to tear that down, and some prosecutions need to be happening as a part of the process. But just be careful about like locking in profiling. Be careful about profiling, locking in the Baltimore Police Department, or like a corrupt police department with one that is actually somewhere else that is good. Not all officers are bad. Not all white people are bad. Not all black people are in gangs. There are factions in every culture. That you can find some factions within cultures that are bad, and there are some cultures, but there are also many more factions that I feel like are good, and I feel like that's worth fighting for. That's worth listening to, and that's worth moving forward with. So, thank you, Round Table Pizza. Thank you for the microphone. Thank you for
Give it up again for Mr. Ben. Ranting. Oh my God. Black people aren't engaged. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Who said that? Who said that?
Trump.
Trump. I have a question. Why is that man orange? Why is anybody answer that for me? Why is he orange?
Probably too much spray on tanner.
He's from Florida.
Orange? I've never seen a white person tan orange. I don't know.
Too much spray on tanner, maybe.
Yeah, bad sun, bad.
I went by the zoo and the orangutans are like, our people are in there. One of the orange people are there. Excuse me 1 second, everybody. So,
You speak out about that food being good.
Yeah, thank you.
okay. So how much money are we giving to the Ukraine?
Too much.
Anybody know? 50 bazillion? 50 bazillion? A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Are they winning the war yet?
Yeah, they won.
They're holding them off.
They
They holding them off?
Yeah.
Really?
They're holding the ground.
Just pulled back off.
Okay, I don't know if Ukrainian people know where that money's going, but I saw a Ukrainian preacher on YouTube on Pit My Ride. Those Americans are very generous.
Hashtag me too.
He had spinners on it. He had a big truck, and he was like, "Thank you, America." That sounded better in the shower. So I'm 299 pounds. They'd have scales that don't go over 300 pounds. My wife doesn't want to say that I'm fat, but she knows when it's time for me to, to get weighed. She's like, "Let's go by the truck stop." You get a complex about yourself when you got to go by the truck stop. Be like, so you're gonna roll up on the truck stop and then subtract the amount of the car from my ass. Any dads out here? Anybody got kids? Dads? Dads? Okay, as a dad, your worst fear after you raised your son and disciplined your son and checked your son and make sure he was in bed early and told him to take out the trash is that when he gets older, he knocks your ass out. That's a big fear. That's a big fear. So I got to a little argument with my son, got to a little tussle, and we squared up. And he tried to knock me out. He really did. Like, we threw a couple of kicks and a couple of punches, and this boy did like a, "What was that? Blah!" And all I could see was slow motion. No. And I was like, boy, I was like, "Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep." Oh. I was like, "Stay awake. Stay awake." I was like, "Ah! I'm still here." He was looking at me like he put some salt and pepper on that punch. He was sitting over there like, "This is for every." Remember that time you whooped me in the 7th grade? Remember that time you made me flush my weed down the toilet? You remember that time I was sitting there with that girl and you came in and talked about she gotta go? He was like, "Wow!" He was like, I was like, no. He put some stank on that punch. That's when I discovered I had chin. You know what I'm saying? Fight, you got jaw. I had jaw. You laugh because you know. My son ain't but about this big. He ain't but about this skinny. And he hit me like he was that big. I had a speed knot on my gym, bone spur for my 8 months. In the backyard talking about trying to knock his ass out. He was like, "F you, Dad." And I was like, "F you, you want it again? You want it again?" And we go outside, I'm like, "I was just playing." I know Eric told told that story. I knocked Dad out. No, he didn't. He did not. I saw stars though. He hit me and I was like, you know how like you drunk and you trying not to pass out? It was like that. He hit me. I was like, oh, sleep. Robbie will be talking shit later. That time you got your dog ass the fuck out. I was like, oh. I love that little Negro.
You should have got in the car.
They starting already. But anyway, I went to jail that night, and let me show y'all something. I'm not trying to be no homo. You? See this ass? You see how big this ass is? I have a 50-inch ass. I went to jail that night. I can't fight. Tell y'all right now, I can't fight. I have a stun gun in my pocket and a pistol real close. I know I can't fight. I'm ready. Like, you try something today, somebody go in the body bag. I'm out of breath just talking about it. So I was in jail. If you've never been in CDC, Clark County Detention Center, let me tell you something. You go in, there's a tiny room about as big as this table. And there's a TV, a closed circuit TV on the monitor. That closed circuit TV says one thing. It says this right here. Y'all pay attention. Y'all men pay attention. If you have been anally penetrated, please tell the officer. There's no cameras in there. Like, I'm gonna tell you while he trying to penetrate. I was sitting on the bench right here. My butt was so tight together. I put my hand over my butt. It was like, no, no, no. I was like, get over me. Somebody said, hey, pass the tissue paper. Hey, pass you nothing. Man, I cannot go to jail with ass this big. Can't do it. Family's happiness. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I cannot go to jail with ass this big. So I just make you laugh at you, bro. We like to talk at you. My butt was so tight squeezed together, I was so afraid for my ass. I was like, if you could have put like a thimble in there, I could have turned it to a diamond in 5 seconds. It was tight. All the stories older than that, don't go to jail. Don't you go to jail, boy. Boy, your ass is big. You know you can't fight. Boy, you're light skinned. You got pretty lips, you got a big ass. You gonna be somebody's bitch. I was like, oh, whoa. Woo, I had long hair at that time too. I was looking all pretty. My hair long as it is. I was like, whoo. And you had somebody there 6'5", looking like Debo. You talking about, give me your sandwich. How you want it? You want the peanut butter one or the one with the meat? You think you hard till you go to jail and you're like, oh, don't make me tell you twice. Okay. This ain't right. People in jail right now taking one to booty. All they did was steal a bike or something. You over here, men over in jail. What you do? I stole a bike. I have learned I'll never steal a bike again. I ain't gonna talk about my penis tonight. I'm putting it down. I'm gonna leave it. You know, not all black men is packing like that. Some of us are medium. Not every black man is mandingo. Who's manding? I don't know. Well, I knew I was light skinned the first time I was with a white girl. She looked at my penis and she was like, I don't know. I don't know. She's like, your daddy must be white or something. My dad is white. And he was bigger than me. I seen it in the shower. I was jealous. This ain't right, Dad. This ain't right. How come you're white and I'm... I'm a black man. I don't really eat chicken. I don't really play basketball. I can't dance to save my life. I can't run fast. I'm out of breath just standing here. I might be a white guy. Yeah. I got okay gratitude. I don't like being late. I pay my bills on time. My rents are white. I might be white. If my penis could talk right now, he'd be disappointed. Yeah, he'd be disappointed. Be like, Negro, he'd be looking up and be like, when is you ever gonna get us some pussy? I'm dusty down here. If my feet could talk, they'd be like, sit your fat ass down. Stop trying to walk everywhere 300 pounds. You hurt me. You know you're big when you look at chairs and you be like, this chair is too skinny for me. I don't know if both butt cheeks is going to fit on the seat. Like, this is a wide chair. You can fit your whole body on that side. It's like one butt cheek, and I kind of scoot this to the sideways to make it look like my whole ass is on the seat. My whole ass is not on the seat. I'm not. My ass is not on the seat. I can't do it. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. If chairs could talk, they'd be like, hell no! Get off of me! Please, I got kids. There's 4 other chairs over here. Baby chair, Junior, and them. Don't do it. Don't fart even eating beans. I sit down right now and they start talking. Won't do it. Chair jump right now. Get up, girl. Get up. Get on in here. Get Y'all find y'all got a jump drawer? Y'all know what a jump drawer is? You put your keys in your wallet on the table, but you got that jump drawer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a coffee table when you walk in. It's the kitchen counter. It's the end. It's a nightstand. It's something. You take that there's stuff you can't throw away, right? You can't throw it away. You don't want to keep it, but you can't throw it away. Mm-hmm. It's looking at you sometimes like it's a piece of gum. It's some change or something. Something like this pen is looking at you like, don't you want to write with me? Like, you know, but you can't do nothing with it. But it's there. Ladies, ain't that like an ugly dude bothering you for some pussy? He just there. You gonna talk to me now? No, you're the jump penis.
Oh, man.
Can we go out on a date? No. But you don't want to get rid of him because, you know, he buys stuff for you, he takes you out. You know, you don't want to keep him, but he does nice stuff. And to have sex with a guy like that, kind of like that spare any change guy. You see him, every time you see him, you go about like, spare any change, not today. Spare any change, not today. That's like giving pussy to that guy. You be like, oh, okay. I don't like leads, like reluctantly pussy. Get that reluctantly pussy, like just throw the leg back, like, come on. Oh my God. Jenny knows what you're talking about. Mickey been messing up sometimes. Come on, she like. Hurry up. Oh, I'm so enthused. She be bending over like.
Mark.
She pulled her hands up forward. Go make me a sandwich. You ready, Casey?
Oh, man.
Huh?
Always.
You'll do something?
Oh, man.
I'm going to do a bit and I'll do it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay, we got one more performer coming to the stage. I wanted to act up with y'all one time before we, somebody left a nice pen up here. Bobby Slaughter. Oh,
His name is on that.
Sure. Oh, no, those. Y'all can? Okay, see, I write. So, I was like, ooh. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Please give it up for Round Table Pizza. Give it up for all the comedians. We got our headliner coming up right now. Boom! Oh, man. Give it up a warm round of applause for Mr. Casey Weiser.
How am I supposed to follow that shit up, man?
No.
I'm trying to come up here and this dude's being all funny. I'm gonna come up after that.
Good, bro.
It's not gonna work
You
out.
got this.
I grew up in the 80s, man. My parents used to do a lot of cocaine.
Woo!
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. No, we don't know why you have a fuck palate. That's weird. I mean, come on, Mom, you did a lot of cocaine, you know? So I had a lot of, I fought a lot coming up. I did, like the rest of a lot of people. We always fought coming up, especially being comics, especially being funny. You had to fight a lot. So when I was in school, people used to make fun of me. They're like, oh man, you got a funny face. I was like, bam, now you got the funny face. That's how that works. So, man, it was, I came up from Christian school, like we were talking about before. I went to Christian school too. I came out Baptist, you know, and a lot of people made fun of that. And my friends and family were like, man, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in Baptist school. I'm like, yeah, like evolution, right? A lot of people were like, oh, you don't believe in evolution? I'm like, I don't. But the thing is, like, man, it used to be a liquid in some dude's balls. And now you walk around talking shit and you don't believe in evolution? That's exactly what evolution is, man. You grew. You know, talking about it, you grew. There's been a lot of things going on in the world and politically. I'm going to sit down for this. I have to. Me and Ben had an excellent conversation. I really appreciate your set, Ben. A lot of things have been going on politically in the world, and there's a lot of things I don't agree with, a lot of things I'm against, but it doesn't make it right or wrong. My boss at work is a big supporter of the right, which I'm not, but I walked in, and the day after the election, man, he was so happy. And he was happy that not just his side won, but he was happy for the things he believed in. Just like the left was happy for the things they believed in when the last president won. And to look at somebody and go, man, you're happy about what's happening? I can't deny that for anything. I can't. Do I believe in what he believes? No, I don't. But that doesn't make a difference what makes a man or a woman happy. You know, I was walking down the street the other day. I saw a beautiful transgender woman. Gorgeous. And I thought, man, it took a lot of balls to pull that outfit on. And I was right. You know? I happened to be right. One of those times I happened to be right. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a homeless woman in a tent, which is sad. It really is, man. I don't like to see people homeless. But when I walked by, she said, who's out there? I said, everyone. You're the only person in the tent, dude. There's nobody else out here. There's just a whole lot of things in this world that I'm happy about, I'm sad about, I'm proud, and I'm mad about. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Las Vegas. It's a microcosm of this whole world. We have the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the ugly, the pretty, everything in between. And that's what makes it absolutely beautiful. I am going to do a song tonight, and it's going to be absolutely terrible. I want you guys to know that. I cannot sing. But I love it. And it will not stop me. Anything that I love will not stop me from doing it. Okay? So please bear along with me and hear the words, not the notes. That's all I'm saying. Marcus, my phone.
Yeah.
You got it right here. Thank you for charging me up for being.
You're welcome, sir.
I had a very close friend of mine that I have not talked to in 20 years call me yesterday, and his mom just passed away. And she used to smoke cigarettes, and her husband didn't know. And she'd be like, "Hey, I'll buy you beers if you don't tell him I smoke cigarettes." And we used to go in their liquor cabinet, and we knew that we couldn't drink all the gin, rum, vodka, or whatever. Like, we couldn't take too much out of the bottle. So we take a little bit of each, pour it in one bottle, and then put the lemonade mix, the powder shit, and just mix it all up and get hammered. This song reminds me of that. It reminds me of what's going on today. I think it has a lot of this social connection with everything that we're going through, man. And black, white, lesbian, gay, whatever you are, we go through this argument every 10 years. Do people deserve to be people? Yes, they do. That should not be a political stance. If you're white, you're black, you're gay, you're straight, you're Mexican, that should never be an argument. We always deserve the same rights. And I think this song really puts together a lot of the pain and struggles that we've all been through. And thank you for bearing along with me.
All right.
I do not sing in public. Marcus saw me do it like last week.
All right.
I was hammered, bro. Not that I'm not hammered now. I still am. But, I'm going to play the song.
All right.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate everybody that came out tonight. Thank you, Roundtable. Thank you, Philosophrenics. Everybody come out next week, Wednesday.
Phrenix.
Yes, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, we won't be here next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday.
Break that all down, bro.
We have a show. You work. I'm sorry. Anybody work here?
No.
Who? Nobody works here? No. I know how to cook pizza. I'll be right back. Anybody in the building? We have a show next Wednesday at Voodoo Brewing Company, 1415 South Commerce. It is outside, so bring your jacket. But we got comics, we got music. We have a live food vendor that
They have
also
outdoor
comes
eaters.
fire. Correct.
Yes.
And we also have a live artist.
Yeah.
So this is all going down next Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m.
He can sing too. He got guitar skills,
Yeah.
and rap. He's good.
The music is Scotty Dub.
Yeah.
Anybody knows him? He's from San Diego, but he lives out here now. Excellent artist. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I don't care.
I can.
Do it. Do it.
I know, I want to waste a little time looking this up. I already know. This was actually this was a part of our podcast tonight. We were talking about hallucinogens and how they connect us to a different realm, whether it be LSD, MDMA, psilocybin,
DMT.
DMT.
Salvia.
My mom sent me that video in the middle of it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I know not everybody's into drugs, and I'm not trying to promote that. But this is what this song's about. And, of course, all I had to do was put it in.
See how she doing with the donuts? See how she doing?
I can come over there with you with this tray.
But she walked by me with the smell.
The smells are bad enough.
You gotta wait for the commercial?
No, I know. I have YouTube right here, but not premium. I'm not paying for that shit.
All right.
Exceptional, average, I must say. My intentional deficit, my life signs. In the gray, I rarely follow through. My intentions, they are pure. I've had my heart broken, I've broken some before. My friends are far from perfect, but they're back in this war. I may not always have a bed, but I always have a floor. I'm getting no future will fold. Yes, I don't care, we form of fun to YOLO. These hallucinations, they're whiskey and dose, and I'm looking for an answer. no proof, so I'll play the game. For ahead on the roads, and I got nothing. Yeah, got nothing to lose. Since they consume me, I cannot break free. Mother always told me to be you, so I was raised. We didn't see there is always someone cooler, always someone better. Be a cat that makes a little bit more cheddar. That's okay with me. That's just the way it is. One day I will be dead. All this shit will be relative because boy is born was you man. Dreams are stepped on, but anyone can. I'm showing anyone by my can. Fucking naysayers, I'm sticking to my plan. Yeah. These hallucinations. They're whiskey and toast. And I'm looking for an answer.
Franks.
There needs no proof, so I'll play the game. No hate on the roads, and I got nothing. I got nothing to lose. These hallucinations, they are whiskey induced. Put it out. I am looking for answers. They need no proof, so I will play the game. Though I hate all the rules, and I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose. Nothing, 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 I got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, I got nothing to lose. Nothing, 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 I got nothing to lose. Yeah, yeah. Woo! So much. I really appreciate it. Love you, Las Vegas. Love you, schizophrenic.
Franks, baby. Right. Boom, boom.
And he want me to follow that. I want to thank you, Mr. Bobby Slaughter. I hope that you're all the way black because I was following your clap. I was messing up on the clap. I was like, and I was like, Bobby. That's my whiteness. That's my white side. That's my pay my bills on time side. So. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. Casey Weissman, Lynn Fine, that guy Rodriguez, J Dab, Betty Click, Bobby Slaughter, Miss B Happiness, and me, Mark Grinage. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you to Round Table Pizza. Let them hear us. Thank you, Round Table. I feel like the Django is like, I'm in the big house tonight.
I got a question. Why do we all have square tables?
Why is it?
We're a round table.
That's you went up to a white man. Give me some, Casey. Give me some. Boom, you figured that out, man.
It's bad for me. I can't help it. I might be part Asian.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We enjoyed for having you. Hope you come back. Next week we're gonna be at Voodoo, but after that, we're probably sporadic throughout the holidays. I don't know what's happening, but I'll be posting it. Before you guys leave, let me get your Instagram.
Yes.
All right, round of applause for everybody. That's it.
Good job, bro. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right, when did you tell me you was going to use a singer? I don't know.
No, I'm not.
awesome. I did not know you joined the singing.
Wish you best of luck.